Good morning. This is Greg Rice with Ameri-Star Homes, and I'm at Clark's Crossing on Friday, the 5th of July, for your production update. I hope everyone had a safe 4th of July and took the time to remember exactly why we have that holiday. Thank you for everyone that's always made it possible that we could live in such a wonderful country and the freedom that we have. Anyway, your production out here, back up a tiny bit. You're looking at lot number 25. Lot number 25, the HVAC company is out here working today, so they're doing the ductwork rough-in. This will lead to getting the plumbing rough-in started the first part of next week. And hopefully by the end of next week, we'll be able to start on the electric and maybe as far as a customer framing walkthrough. And for those of you that aren't familiar with the process, we do a framing walkthrough with all our customers to go through the home just prior to putting all the wiring in for the electric. That enables them to see all the locations of their wiring, their light fixtures in the ceiling, the cables or the telephone, and enable them the opportunity to move these items if necessary without any charge, or to add things at this point. With electric, we can do that at this framing walkthrough also. It also gives you a great idea of just what you're moving into as far as room size. Kitchen's laid out on the floor so you can see the kitchen cabinets when you go on your framing walkthrough, the location, and you can picture yourself standing in that kitchen looking around the house in relationship to the island that's drawn on the floor. So it's a great day when we are able to bring customers out here with our staff and walk through the house for framing. In front of you, you can see lot number 23. Lot number 23 is ready for roof trusses to go on. I would expect that to happen the first part of next week. Once we get the roof trusses on, then we'll proceed to get it dried in, and hopefully as far as maybe some mechanicals starting in the upcoming week. In front of you, lot number 22, moving right along. Drywall's been completed. They're putting stone on the exterior facade. Interior wise, we're getting ready for some prime paint. Once this drywall gets sanded and everything's ready to go, we'll put a prime coat of paint on it. I'm going to try backing up here, see if I can make it without running on something, give you a little better view of what's across the street. Lot number 2 out on the corner. There we go. Anyway, lot number 2 out on the corner that's beginning to come into view. The plumbers are in the house. Have started the rough-in. Once this plumbing rough-in gets completed, then we'll start electric in here sometime around the middle of the week and have a framing walkthrough in this home. So this one's moving quite along. Next door to that, we have lot number 3. You can see the lumber's been delivered. The carpenters have started to put the first floor deck on, and hopefully Mother Nature and the rain will allow them to get a little more production with the outside work this coming week. As we drive up through the subdivision, lot number 6 to your left, they're occupied, so that's always a great thing. As you come up a little further, you've got lot number 8. That house has a framing inspection, and we're ready for insulation. Insulation Monday, insulation inspection on Tuesday. Once we get our insulation inspection, then we'll proceed to drywall next week. So next week we'll be tied up with insulation and inspections and start to hang the drywall. A little further up the road, the next house on the left you see is lot number 10. Paintwork has been primed in this house. We're ready for the drywall contractor to come in and do a point up in between coats, and then we'll sand every inch of the walls and ceiling and then put a second coat of paint on it and the enamel work. It's interesting. You don't really appreciate just some fine details that go into housing, but Ameri-Star uses a special primer called a high build. Most of your nationals and builders out there, they use the cheapest paint they can find to put a prime coat of paint on the wall, thinking the only thing they're doing is sealing it. Ameri-Star of a different thought process. We use a thicker mill prime coat of paint. It gives you a final finish that is unsurpassed in this industry. It is a great product made by Sherwin-Williams, and we've been using it for a couple years now, and we find out the finished product, when it's all said and done, as far as the walls, give them a beautiful texture, and makes the drywall blend in better. You know, the drywall is basically an art of deception. There's joints and there's tape seams, and when you do the drywall as well as our contractor Chuck does out here, and then you put this final or this prime coat of paint on with the high build primer, and it's a thicker mill, you get a much better finished product when it comes to drywall and paint. So the house next door to it, lot number 11, that is in drywall. The crews are in there now doing the, doing the first coat, the tape coat, and the first coat over top of the nails and things. And then the crews do back in here to finish hanging the garage so they can fall back and get that done also. As we go a little further up the way here, we're going to come on to the end of Summer Sky and the cul-de-sac. We have got lot number 16 started. Excavation still going on. We hope to start footings on Monday or Tuesday in this house. By the end of next week, you should see foundation walls up. So this one's progressed on nicely now that we've got it started. And then the last house under construction as of the moment is number 14, and we'll take a quick look around as I pull around the corner. Here we go. Anyway, lot number 14 here, the painters are in the house working today. They're doing the final paint touch-up. They were doing a great job when I was in there a few minutes ago. The final touch-up just isn't a brush and a roller. This painter actually brings a spray rig into the house, and anything that's not close to a finished cabinet or things, they're actually putting a third coat of paint on this house in a way. With the spray texture, it allows everything to blend in better and not flash out just as if somebody was walking through with a brush. Although the brush touch-up works fine, the spray coat's just one more step in order to try to get the perfection we like in looking at interior walls. So anyway, that's your production update out here at Clark's Crossing. This is Greg Rice on July the 5th. Hope you had a safe holiday.